What is content creation and why is it important? Content creation is the opportunity of a lifetime. You might not realize this, but you are living in a golden age. You have been given the opportunity of a lifetime that previous generations have never had before. And it all comes down to content creation. It's your ticket to wealth. I'm Geoff McDonald and I help business experts and thought leaders earn money from what they know. One of the keys to wealth creation is having access to the tools of production. For most of human history, access to food, and in particular land, was the key to production. If you owned land, then you had access to creating wealth through the production of food. More recently, during the Industrial Revolution, if you had access to the tools of production being the machines in the factories, then you could also create wealth. If you didn't own those tools, you effectively became a worker for someone else in those factories. Today, the remarkable thing is that the tools of production are available for free if you just walk down the street to your local library. And I'm not talking about the books. To become wealthy today, you need access to a computer and the internet. All you need to do is add your content, your ideas, your insights, and something that adds value to your audience. Content creation is the opportunity of a lifetime and the key to wealth creation in a digital world. Now let's take a look at what this means. We'll explore what is content creation, what is content marketing, and reasons you might want to create content. Let's start at the beginning. What is content? Content is essentially anything that's shared on a website or on social media. So in terms of this video, it's my words and the images that you're seeing. One way to think about that is to think of the contents within a glass jar. You might think of the website as the glass jar, and it's the words, the pictures, the audio files, the videos that are in that glass jar that are the content. What is content creation? Content creation is the making of those words, images, photos, audio files, videos that are then displayed on the internet, typically on websites and social media. But we also need to include those streaming platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime, plus those music stores like Spotify and Apple Music. What is online content creation? Content creation is not new. Human beings have been creating content as soon as they started scribbling on the walls of the caves. It's a natural expression of living in language. We talk, we think, we speak, we listen, we write, we create. This all exploded when we had the printing press, then it exploded again when we had TV, radio and newspapers, and in recent years it's just gone even bigger with the rise of websites, blogging and social media. Now it's easy for everyone to create and publish and consume content. Online content is simply digital content, in contrast to physical things like paper. Content creation is a really broad topic, so let's start by defining what it is and what it isn't. What is content writing? In the early days of the internet, digital bandwidth was really small. It was measured in kilobytes. And now we talk about it in megabytes and gigabytes, which are 1,000 or 100,000 times more than a kilobyte. Which basically means in the early days, content was about writing because that's the only thing we could actually do. Then as the bandwidth increased, we could add pictures and bigger pictures and then audio files, and now videos a normal thing. While writing your content is still the dominant content creation mode, it's not the only one anymore. What is content marketing? Content marketing is the creating and publishing of content to serve and entice customers. There are two broad and overlapping types of content marketing. The first one is the direct message, and you might think of this as the direct sell. I'm presenting this as an offer, hoping that you'll click the button down the bottom and you'll buy from me. That's direct selling or direct marketing. The second is indirect or brand building. So a lot of the ads on TV and so forth aren't directly asking you to buy that car, but they're positioning the car as the thing that you may want in the future. You might think of the difference here as marketing and promotions and brand building and engagement. What's the difference between copywriting and content creation? Traditionally, copywriting referred to the copy or the words within an advertisement, or it might also be the marketing message on the packet of soap that you've bought. That line between copywriting and content creation is probably blurred now. So content creation may also be selling in the same way copywriting may also be educational and informative. SEO. What does SEO have to do with content creation? SEO, or search engine optimization, and content creation are separate things, but they do rely on each other. On the internet, millions and millions of people are creating content. So the big challenge for us as a consumer of that content is, how do I find what I'm looking for? That's where a search engine comes in, like Google or Bing or so forth. Or if you're on Facebook and LinkedIn, you also need a search engine to find out what's on that particular site. So the search engine helps us find the content we're looking for. This sets up a marriage between the two. Without the content, there's no need for search engine, but when there's lots of content, we need the search engine to help us find what we're looking for. And when you're producing content to help people find your content, then we need to think about how the search engines work so they can find what we're offering. Where does your content creation fit inside of your marketing? Well, it depends on your business and your business strategy. I use content creation, like in these videos and blog posts, as my number one way to share what I know and attract my ideal clients. It's my number one strategy. But other people may not use it at all, or they may have a combination of strategies where they use it a little or a lot. Instead, they might use some of the traditional marketing tools like asking for referrals, attending networking events, and paid advertising. What's the difference between content creation and content curation? Curation is a practice that is common in the art world. So you have the artists being the content creators, and you have the gallery owners selecting the artists and deciding which artists are going to be in their gallery or in their exhibition. And the same follows in your online content. You can create it yourself and be the artist, or you can collect and curate other people's works. And a lot of what's on social media is the collection and the curation and the sharing of other people's content. What's the difference between online content and offline content? Typically, we talk about online content as being digital, something you would find on the internet. So social media, Facebook, Instagram, or an app on your phone, or on a website. Offline content is everything else. It includes billboards, it includes printed books, printed pamphlets, and those old audio and videotapes. Are content creation and advertising the same thing? Not necessarily, but they do overlap. Similar to what we said before, advertising has two different modes. It has the direct pitch asking you to buy something, and the brand building positioning piece that shapes what you might think about that product. A lot of your advertising is very much about buy this, whereas a lot of content is mostly about education and information, but may also have a call to action or a pitch included. So a piece of content may be 90% education and informative and 10% pitch, buy this, whereas an advertisement is very much buy this. What is user-generated content? In the world of publishing, there's a really clear distinction between the writer and the publisher. We have the author who submits a manuscript, and the publisher goes and presents the idea in a finished form in terms of a book. In the online world, this is not so clear-cut. For instance, on Facebook, they create the platform for other people to share content on. So if you think about that, Facebook as a company present very little, almost 0.01% of content on Facebook. Everything else is provided by the users on the Facebook platform. They're providing user-generated content. What are the reasons you would create content? There are a lot of different reasons and motivations and inspirations for sharing content. And these include ego, I want to be seen; service, I want to help others; voice, I want to share my opinions; business, I want to make money; community, I want to build a tribe; conversation, I want to talk about this; Relationships, I want to meet like-minded people. Influence, I want to have input on what happens. And celebrity, I want to build a brand. How does content marketing help business? In business, content marketing can help in a variety of ways. For instance, demonstrate and position your expertise, generate leads, convert leads into sales, provide service for existing customers, build trust in you and your brand, help you be seen by more people, and create a direct connection with your customers. And the important point here is that to achieve any of these results, your content needs to be valuable to the end user. It's not about what you think is a good idea, it's what's going to help my potential customers or potential clients in their business and in their lives. What are the personal benefits of content creation? While content marketing is generally aimed at growing your business, there are personal benefits for being the person creating the content. And these benefits typically apply to business experts and thought leaders and professional service firms. And they include, they help you clarify your thoughts, so when you engage with clients you can deliver more value more easily. They help you create intellectual property that can be made into income-earning products and services. You can be seen as an expert in your niche to build your personal brand. You can attract your ideal clients by showcasing your business philosophy. You can build a community of like-minded followers, and you can grow and learn so you can continue to be relevant and provide service to future clients. We talked more about this in our video, Thought Leadership Content Marketing. Is content creation worth it? Content creation provides a lot of benefits, but it also takes a lot of time, effort, and energy to create. So is it worth it? For me, it comes down to these three things. What are your business goals? What are your strengths? And what is your commitment? In answering these three questions, I think you need to consider some of these things. Firstly, content creation is a long, slow process. You're not going to get quick results. You need to make a commitment over time to give it room to grow and produce results. The goal of content creation is to build your own audience that follow what you publish. In contrast, if you just want a quick result, you can actually pay someone else to advertise on their platform. It might get you a quicker result, but it also means you're likely to go and have to pay for that advertising forever. By doing content creation, you can create your own audience, meaning you don't actually have to keep paying someone to advertise on their platform to their audience. Not everyone wants to create content. If you're in a business situation, you can happily employ someone else to do the content creation for you. But if you're a solo operator, this is important. If you're not the one that wants to create the content, then don't create it. If content creation is your thing, go for it. If it's not, pick a different way to promote, market, and build your brand. And finally, if you want to be known as a thought leader, then in my view, content creation is essential. Without it, how is anyone going to know about your ideas? If you want more details and examples around this, check out the blog link in the description for this video. And if you want some coaching on content creation, head over to my website at geoffmcdonald.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.